Hello, my name is Garrison. I am a paranormal investigator who has been studying spiritual activity on UCCS campus for nearly 3 years. My team and I have gone to other places, like Cave of the Winds, to conduct our research using specialized equipment to fine tune our experiences. Today, I will be talking about paranormal investigating and how the anthropology department, as well as the general public, should recognize the importance of investigative methods. Most people are keen on proving the existence of ghosts because supernatural activities are abnormal to the physical realm. Most people are scared of ghosts because they misunderstand what they really are. But before we dive into how an investigator should conduct their methods of research, I will be talking about the different types of ghosts an individual may come across during an investigation. The word ghost is a very broad and general term. So, for the remainder of this discussion, I will use the word spirit because it encompasses the various types we will be talking about. The first spirit we will look at is called a residual spirit. This type of spirit, as described by Todd Coyne, is the least menacing, and it's what Pearson likens to a movie or song playing over and again, regardless of whether there's anyone in the room to see or hear it. Now, let's break this down. In other words, a residual haunting is a spirit stuck in a time loop. It is repeating motions as if they were still alive. These hauntings would typically include hearing footsteps, laughter, or even coughing. Some hypotheses suggest this is the kind of spirit many people see walking through walls in very old buildings. If you were to look at the original building plan of a haunted location, you may notice a doorway is present, but over time, remodeling has made that doorway into a wall. Residual spirits don't really know this, so they will still walk through what they know previously existed. Residual spirits also cannot acknowledge the presence of humans because they really aren't a part of our modern world. We were actually lucky enough to capture these types of hauntings on camera. Here's the first clip. Something I didn't realize. When we first came up here, this safe was closed just like that. When we first came up here, this safe was closed just like that. Was closed just like that. Just like that. And now it's closed again. This experience shows me at main hall on the second floor alone while the rest of my team was 2 floors above me. And you can hear the sounds of a crying woman in the background. Now, this area specifically has been a hotspot where many people have heard the same crying woman. Here's another clip we have from our next investigation in a different area of main hall.
I would not go up there at night. Just
To the ruined building up there.
did you hear that? Down the hall. Sound like a cough.
That's what I thought it was.
So what you heard? It was I would not go up there at night. Just
Here, you can hear the disembodied sound of someone coughing. This represents residual activity because we are aware that Main Hall was a sanatorium for patients with tuberculosis before it was a campus. So it is natural for us to hear coughing from these patients. Next, we will talk about intelligent spirits. These spirits are able to interact with the physical world by responding to investigators. For example, I'm going to show you a video of an EVP session we had set up in Dwyer Hall, which is located right next to Main Hall. that you making the noise when I was in the bathroom? That was a messed up joke. That was a messed up joke. That was a messed up joke. The lights went off. Wait. Wait.
Replay that, because I don't think I heard that right.
That was a messed up joke. As you see here, there is a clear voice that is responding to my question. At the same time, you can see that some of the lights on the outside of the room actually turn off, even though this can only be done manually. Intelligent spirits are most likely the essence of past humans. I say humans because they differentiate from fragmented time loops or even demons, which we will discuss in a bit. Intelligent spirits and residual spirits are the most common types an individual will come across during investigations. However, intelligent spirits are more appealing than residual. We call them intelligent because of how interactive they are. They are able to reciprocate a call and a response with an investigator. On the other hand, residual spirits are incredible to come across, but since they aren't able to acknowledge the physical world, investigators are only lucky enough to get a chance at seeing or capturing them on a camera or audio recorder. The next type I will be discussing is an inhuman spirit. We call them inhuman because they are not human. In other words, these are what we refer to as demons. Often, they can appear as intelligent spirits due to their manipulative nature. They are usually the type which investigators might stay away from, just because they can cause mental or physical harm. When my team and I were investigating the National Cybersecurity Building for UCCS, we believe we encountered a demon called the Tall Man on multiple occasions. Through our experiences, objects were thrown, moved, we felt dark and heavy emotions washing over us, and some of us actually felt sick in certain areas. We call him the Tall Man because the police officers who take the night shifts have reported seeing an 8 to 10 foot tall and skinny shadow figure within the building. We believe the Tall Man to be a demon because when we've told people about him, most people recognize his name universally. Therefore, we think that the Tall Man is not confined to places like residual and intelligent spirits are, and has the ability to move all over. So, why does all this matter? I'm explaining these spirits to help investigators recognize what they are dealing with instead of labeling them as ghosts. Furthermore, it helps investigators understand which methods are best when encountering each type of spirit. Now we can talk about the methods themselves, which include manifestation as well as observation. The most common pieces of equipment teams use are cameras and audio recorders. These are observational tools because they allow investigators to potentially see or hear spirits they come across. Furthermore, it works with basically any spirit in the field. And if you have just these two items, you're basically already set to go on investigations. However, there are other various types of technology used that can actually enhance their experiences. The next common item used is a K2 meter. These often measure the electromagnetic field. They are small boxes with 5 lights, which light up depending how strong the energy around it is. So, throughout our investigations, we've noticed that K2 meters only really light up when it directly touches something electronic, which would be like a phone, a TV. But when we are away from any sorts of technology or wiring and still get a reading, that is when we begin to wonder what is actually causing it to go off. K2 meters are best used to connect with intelligent spirits because they can interact with the meter. Here is a video from one of our first investigations showing a team member using the K2 meter by herself.
Don't you do that. Alright. There, my meter's like at red. Holy Okay, hi. Is it just my phone? I don't like this. This is like a pretty consistent like movement. Okay, I'm gonna go now. So not okay with this. I'm just gonna go insane and we're gonna be fine. Why? Why do you keep blinking? I hate you. Okay, nope, bye!
As you can see, she is pretty scared, and the consistent lights turning on for the meter are making her a little concerned. At the end, when she yells at it in a negative way, you can see her face lights up as all 5 lights respond to what she said. This would resemble an encounter with an intelligent spirit because they are displaying a call and a response relationship. The next type of technology used to enhance investigative experiences are spirit boxes. Now, these allow spirits to talk through equipment as a medium, and it uses stuff like radio frequencies, while some others just display words that believed to have been said by a spirit. And many of these devices can keep track of what is said and when it was said. So this means that it can be used as an observational and an interactive method of investigating because those like intelligent spirits can interact with the device while the device keeps track of everything that is said. Another popular device used is the SLS camera. This is able to give a present spirit a stick-like figure so investigators can see a spirit more clearly through a digital lens. So here you can see our team inside of Cave of the Winds, where we pick up a small figure standing on a rock ledge. So why am I talking about all these methods? Why do they matter? I'm presenting these as various investigative ways because they are diverse. I'm also presenting them to allow people to recognize what they are dealing with in a given situation and how best to understand which method should be utilized at that time. So, for example, if we are using a K2 meter or spirit box for an investigation, we already know that whichever spirit comes through to us is going to be intelligent or inhuman. It most likely would not be residual because they are absent of all interactive attributes. I am proposing that investigators recognize these things so they can enhance their research and to conduct investigations more efficiently. Now, there are many ways of conducting investigative research which are not so technical. The most common one people recognize are Ouija boards. These are more popular with rookies instead of paranormal experts because people often just want to have a good scare, and there is a collective knowledge that these boards can manifest spiritual activity. Now, paranormal investigators may not disregard Ouija boards as frauds, but they don't really use them much because there's little understanding of its capabilities. Plus, many people associate Ouija boards with demons, and I think many people would rather just stay away from summoning demons. And so we actually have a video of one of our friends talking about her experience using a Ouija board and how it made an impact on her life.
One night I was with my younger brother and we were actually being serious. It was like a big thing had just happened in my life that day. And so we decided to take out an Ouija board and use it actually, like be serious about it, not try to mess with it, turned off all the lights, lit candles, put crystals around the board, and we probably talked to it, on everything. We probably talked to it for 2.5, 3 hours. After it finally said goodbye, it said a lot of stuff. Like, it spelled out my name while I was using it, and it like contacted me, kind of, which is like crazy to believe because you don't want to believe that stuff. And it's like you freak out when it happens because you question who you're with. And so I did it again by myself, and again for another 2.5 hours. And then the day after, my stepdad got in a huge motorcycle accident, and it almost ended his life, and he broke his neck. And that was the last time I used it.
So, after talking about all of this, how would religion fit into this fieldwork? Various religions have very different ideas of how people should view paranormal activity. The Catholic Church has been known to condone such practices and sees many spirits as signs of evil. For example, the Bible says in Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 10 and 11, "There shall not be found among you who burns his son or his daughter as an offering, anyone who practices divination or tells fortunes or interprets omens, or is a sorcerer, a medium, necromancer, or one who inquires of the dead." So clearly, the pursuit of spiritual activity is condoned by Christians. On the other hand, voodoo practitioners look at spirits in a lighter perspective. For example, as said by anthropologist Zora Herson, voodoo views supernatural entities as assistants which perform organized tasks. The concept of voodoo allows practitioners to call upon a specific spirit to ask them for help in their life, and they actually call these spirits loas. The actual summoning of these loas has to be very concise and accurate, or else the loa will turn away from them. If the practitioner is lucky, then the spirit will possess them to carry out whatever task they need help with. And the possession is actually called riding the horse. This is very much different than the Catholic Church, because spirits possessing human bodies has always been viewed as demonic. Voodoo practitioners often reside in New Orleans, and especially in Haiti. In a way, I guess you could say this is one method of manifesting spiritual activity, but it follows more of a religious narrative rather than a paranormal investigative one in which experts would use. Investigators must also understand how to protect themselves from spiritually dangerous situations. For example, some investigators, including myself, will pray for protection and to let us observe activity from a distance before starting our investigation. Others might bring crystals or pendants with them as a way to ward off evil spirits. Again, this plays into a religious role, since it's hard enough to find a technical form of protection against something we don't fully understand. It is highly possible to feel attachments once leaving a haunted location. This can feel like someone sitting in the back of your car driving home at 2 in the morning. Is it scary? Yeah, it really is. It's a weird feeling because it makes you want to turn around and look, but you really don't want to look. So what we do is, before leaving, we yell throughout the building saying no spirits can come home with us and that they must stay there. Of course, we can't really prove if this works, but overall, it has made us feel safer. Now, why is any of this important? Well, anthropology is the study of humans. Therefore, investigators technically study humans, except this time, what they're studying does not have a body to inherit. Knowing this, I say investigators should acknowledge how they conduct investigations, because it could better expand upon their research. Furthermore, it will allow them to be aware of these aspects, so they may learn more from their investigations, and it could even protect them. And this is all I have to say. Thank you.